Hey YouTube, it's me Nikki Z, and I'm super excited to share a look with you guys. I haven't heard much about this palette, which makes me really sad because it's phenomenal, and I was excited to get my hands on it. This is the Too Faced Natural at Night palette. I feel like it needs more love. More people need to talk about this palette because, I mean, let's just look at the colors here. I mean, can we just, yes. Yes, in all its glory. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, can we not agree that this is like amazing for fall? You have beautiful mattes, you have some beautiful metallic shades. Anyways, I digress. I need to get into the tutorial. So if you guys enjoy the look that I have right here, it was very simple, very easy, and basic to do. Perfect for fall, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So obviously, keep watching if you want to see how I got it, and thank you guys so much for watching. Okay guys, so the very first step is going to be obviously priming your eyelid because that's super important. So I will be using the e.l.f. Mineral Eyeshadow Primer, and this is in the shade Sheer, I do believe. My sticker had come off, so it's the nude colored one. And I will be applying this to my entire eyelid, all the way to my brow, of course, and I will be patting that in and letting that set before I apply any type of anything on my eye. So after you have that patted in, let that set for about 60 seconds before you apply any type of eyeshadow, or else it will be kind of splotchy and cakey. So you want it to completely dry. So that's what I'm going to do, and it'll be just a moment before I'm back with the next step. Okay guys, so for the next step I am using the Too Faced Natural at Night palette. This is so beautiful, by the way. Like, perfect palette for fall. Can you guys see this? Like, can we all just kind of look at that and like gawk together on how beautiful that is? Okay, swoon, right? Okay, so the shade I'm going to be using will actually be in my crease. It is the shade here called Nightcap. It's I don't know, it's kind of like a medium gold brown. It has really tiny like gold micro shimmer in it. So I'm going to use a card, of course, to keep the line straight. And I will be grabbing some of that Nightcap shade here. And don't be afraid to grab quite a bit. I'm going to be holding that card in place, and then I'm going to be putting on the outer edge and into the crease. This is going to be a very nice transition shade. It's going to help blend the other shadows that we will be using into the highlight shade. Okay, so what we're going to do next, actually I'm going to go ahead and bring a little bit of that shadow down just a smidge. Make sure I blend it a little bit more. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set here on a flat paddle brush. I'm going to grab a shade. This is called Nightlight. It's kind of like a pinkish, kind of like rose gold. It is super freaking pretty. This is like metallic, and I want to apply this specifically to my eyelid. You know, if I would have my stuff a little bit more together. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and get a brush fairly wet with that, and I'm going to grab that Nightlight shade. I will be applying this all the way from my inner corner to the outer edge, and all the way to the crease, of course. This is a super beautiful glam like color for fall. This is, when I think of fall, there's like 5 eyeshadow palettes that are must-haves, and this is one of them, of course. So I always reach for this eyeshadow this color is just gorgeous. And just to show you guys, isn't that beautiful? Like, can you guys see that? I hope you guys can. Yeah, it's super sparkly and beautiful. Like, it's just so pretty. Just rub it all over my face. Not really. Don't do that. I mean, you probably could get away with it, but don't do it. Okay, so the next step is going to be taking a shade here called Cocoa Star. It is a deep matte brown right here. I'm going to use that same card. And this is pretty pigmented, so you do not need a lot. A little bit goes a long way, and I will be building up the pigmentation how I need it. So I'm going to be applying this to the outer edge. And into the crease, of course. Like so. Now I'm obviously going to need a highlight because we're going to kind of tone down a little bit of that pigmentation. So for the highlight, I will be using a shade in here called Spotlight. It is a matte, like ivory cream color. And this is a really nice highlight shade too, by the way. This palette is just amazing. I don't have anything mean or negative to say about this selection of colors. These are just beautiful. They're super pigmented. They do the job and they do it well. So I went ahead and applied that there. Now we're going to take that same blending brush that I had just used, and I'm going to grab a shade in here called Night Fever. This is extremely pigmented, so you really do not need a little bit. Seriously, guys, look at that. Okay, I'm just going to like swatch this for you. Let me just barely touch it. Okay, I barely touched it. You do not need a lot. So take that cardstock, grab a little pinch of Night Fever, and I'm only applying this like just to the crease. I'm not even putting it on the outer edge. I'm kind of bringing it up a little bit so that it can blend with that highlight shade. Let me make sure I have this even here. I have a lot of shadow in my room. Okay, I'm going to grab just a little bit more, but it's so easy to get carried away with this. I'm kind of nervous about doing this. Here we go. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and soften it up just a bit by taking a big fluffy brush and of course just kind of blending where the highlight and the dark shade meet. Gotta make sure things are even here. Okay. And then I'm going to use that cardstock and do my eyeliner. Now I'm not very good at doing that on camera. What I am using to line my eyes is it's the e.l.f. Intense Ink Eyeliner. Here it is. Yeah, that guy. So I will be applying that and just kind of like a very small cat eye, a little bit of a wing. But yeah, so I'll be right back whenever I'm done with that. Okay, so yeah, I went ahead. I made one a little bit thicker than the other. You guys know how it goes. And I had to basically even it out just a smidge. So this is basically the finished eye look. What I do next is I'm going to go ahead and take an eyeliner from Urban Decay real fast. This is in Roach. It is just a nice like shimmery brown. It's like a very, well actually it's almost like a copper brown. I will be applying this right underneath my lower lash line for about 1/3 of my eye, or at least I brought it 1/3 of the way over. And then I'm going to take a tiny little brush here, and I'm going to grab that, where's it at here? Night Fever, that very deep pigmented shimmery shade. I'm going to grab a little bit of that guy and apply it right on top. And then I'm going to smudge it. Okay, now what I'm going to go ahead and do next is take a black liner. This is a Kat Von D autograph pencil in Puro Amor, and this came with like a palette. I want to say, I don't remember, I think Poetica is what it came with, but I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my waterline real fast. Like so. And then I'm going to apply some mascara. I can't even talk today. Mascara. Yeah, that stuff. The stuff that makes your lashes darker and longer and they look thicker. Absolutely. So I will be applying that. I definitely need to buy some more of this too. I go through mascara like crazy. Yeah, so that's my face. That was like a really sad, goofy face. Sorry, guys. It's late. I've had a lot of caffeine. What I'm going to go ahead and do next is use a blush. I decided to stick with MAC's Harmony. It's a matte, kind of like a dusty brown, like a dusty rose kind of brown color. I have 3, actually, of the same shade. So, figured I probably should use them. And I will be applying this to the outer edge of my face and bring it inwards a bit. This is going to help go with like the warm fall theme without being overly pink or overly red. So, that is what I did for that. Now, I went ahead and used the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder, and this is in Luminous Light, as a highlight. So I'm going to grab some of this, and I've already applied it to the other side of my face and my forehead. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on top of that matte blush, just to kind of bring a little bit more light to it. And then I will be applying this to my nose. Like so. And then I'm going to pick out a lipstick. So give me a moment. I'm going to come up with something pretty and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I decided to use the e.l.f. lip liner and shaper. They only have one shade and it is beautiful. So I will be applying that with the e.l.f. moisturizing lipstick in the new shade Marsala blush, which in my opinion is beautiful for fall. So let's see how this finished look ties together. I love experimenting with you guys. It's like an adventure every time. I love it. All right. I actually really, I like this a lot, actually. bam. So it is so loud. I'm sorry, guys. I live by a very busy street, so even though it's late at night, everyone and their brother's like out there driving. So this is the finished look. I really, really like it. Like, this is, I don't know, there's something about like the shade, oh, what is it? Nightlight. There's something about this shade right here that is just sexy, feminine, and when you pair it with like some deep browns, I mean, it's just so beautiful. Like, it brings out any eye color. I kind of have like green blue eyes. Sometimes they're gray. Obviously, it just depends on what I'm reflecting. But yeah, just to show you guys, pretty simple. It was extremely easy to do. It looks kind of fancy, and I feel kind of, I don't know, flirty. I love it. I love fall. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, of course. So if you did, you guys know what to do. I'd greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to check out my blog right now. I have 3 different giveaways going on literally right now. I have one for a Foreo Luna Mini that's brand new. I also have a, well, it's 2 products from Nail Magic that's available, and I also have like a little Asian beauty lot that I put together. So it's got some like lip stuff and a skincare item. So definitely check those out. You can enter all 3, but you can only win 1. So keep that in mind. I'd like to have 3 different winners because I don't know, why not, you know? Yeah, so see you guys in the next video.